everybody. Thanks for watching another video here on Chemo 365. I'd like to welcome everybody to my initiation into the realm of the AK-47. And I figure what better way to do that than to feature Century Arms' new AK-47, the VSKA. This guy right here. Now the big deal about this AK-47 is I think Century Arms has finally found a steel that's cost efficient but doesn't sacrifice strength in critical areas like the trunnion. It's used in stuff like jackhammer tips and excavator teeth. So before stuffing a whole bunch of gauges in here and shooting it, let's get it under the camera, look at the riveting, look at the woodwork, and see if it's worth any of your hard-earned money. We are at the front end here. Nothing abnormal about the front sight post here. Here's a little button here that's holding in the slant muzzle brake. I'm just going to make sure that it's not binding or anything, and that seems like it's okay. I'm going to press it in and just unscrew this muzzle brake. Man, that's so cool, unlike an AR-15 where you need special wrenches and whatever. So that is a nice feature. Let me back this thing off. What I want to do is just have a look at the threads, make sure there's no rust on there or anything weird. Alright, that's almost off here. Let me turn it sideways so we can have a better look at it. Alright, everything seems okay. So let me change camera angles so we can have a better look at the pins and the front sight and the gas block. Okay, looking down at this angle, it looks like on both sides that the front post pins are pressed in evenly. So I'm going to turn it around when we're done here so you can see the other side. And as you kind of drift down on this side, we can see here that the gas block pins are totally flush. So let's flip it over and see if it's the same on the other side. Okay, so we're on the other side of the front side post. We can see the pins are pushed in pretty evenly. And right in this area right here, we can see the gas block pins are pushed in pretty flush. Alright, we are back to the rear of the rifle on the right hand side. We're taking a look at that rivet right there. Again, we're just seeing how flush the rivet head is to the receiver. That one looks pretty good. Let's see what the second one here looks like. This guy right here. That's looking pretty good. Let's move on down. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, there's these guys right here. Those are the two rivets holding in the trigger guard on that side. Those look pretty good. Oh, here's another one. There's another rivet right here. That one looks really good. What else do we have here? Moving on up. Oop, there's one. There's one right there. Let me see if I can just kind of tilt this up a little bit. Yeah, that one looks really good. And then we should just have the two that are underneath the charging handle right there. And those look really good too. All right, let's have a look at the left side. Okay, right now we're on the back left of the rifle, and we're going to start looking at that rivet right there. This one looks pretty good. That one looks okay. That pin is nice and flush. Let's move it on over to see what else we can see. Yeah, these guys all look pretty good right here. A little bit more. More examples of the spot welding with the rail on the inside of the receiver. That's all good there. This guy right here is good. That should leave us just these two right up above VSKA. And those are okay. I'm going to flip it over so we can have a better look to see how flush these rivet heads are to the receiver. Alright, we're going to be starting right here again. We're in the back left of the rifle. These two rivets look actually really good. Let's slide all over to the left here. See what we got. Alright, so those are looking actually pretty good too. These guys right here look good. That one looks really good. Let's come on over a little bit more. See what else we got. Oh, there's those two gigantic rivets holding in the trigger guard. These guys look really good here. See if I can get into focus. Yeah, those look good. Then you got this guy right here, and these look really good. Slide it over a little bit more. And you know what? Since we're in the magwell, there's three rivets in here if I remember. There's one here, and that one looks really good. And there's a couple more here. Let me pick this up and flip it around. Right on the inside, you got this guy right here, and that guy. Those both look really good too, so those are in good shape. Let me get this back around here. That rivet looks good. And that leaves us with just the two in the front here. Let me see if I can get those in the frame. And those look really good too. So it looks like all the rivets on the outside of the receiver are good to go. Okay, it broke down the rifle. Here is a look at the American maple. Nice stuff. Look at that palm swell right in here. Oh, that's going to feel so good. Feels so good on the wood. Yeah, that's nice. Have a look at the gas tube. There's the gas tube. Some vents cut in there. Let's have a look at the piston and the carrier. Alright, here is the bolt carrier, and here is the bolt. Let's start off by looking at this guy right here. We got 4140 case hardened steel. Basically, they heat it up to make it tougher. And again, I'm going to be taking pictures to document what it looks like before and after. When we start throwing rounds down range, it'll be nice to see where all the wear patterns are, especially if it starts to deform in certain places. We'll have records of that. But I mean, all this is going to look new. But again, 4140 steel, heat treated, and that looks nice and tidy. Let's have a look at the actual carrier itself here. This is one of the pieces made of S7 steel, S standing for shock resistance. So this is supposed to be pretty tough stuff. We're going to notice some slots cut in here for weight savings. I don't know what that's going to do in terms of inertia. I don't think it's going to harm it much, but that's something to kind of look at because it's going to be a little bit lighter in design. Let's have a look at the lock and lug section there. Nothing sloppy there, looking pretty good. Turning around, have a look at the dovetail. Yep. All right. That all looks nice and tidy. And just really quick, there's a look at the piston, but nothing really fancy there. But yeah, let's have a look to see what the rifle looks like when it's stripped down. Okay, we got the VSKA broken down pretty much to naked here. VSKA. Let's have a look at that magnesium phosphate finish there. Looking pretty smooth and even. You know what though? That phosphate picks up scuffs like that. That's the one thing that bothers me about parkerization or magnesium phosphate. But the actual coverage is good, which is what's nice. So that's looking pretty good. The barrel that they're using is 4150 CMV. That's pretty common in budget type AK-47s. Front trunnion made of S7 steel. That looks nice and tidy. There's a look at that rear side. Hopefully it doesn't go flying off. How's that working? Yeah, oh, feels so good going up and down there. So that's the front trunnion. The feed wrap is also made of S7 steel. Let's have a look at this rail area here on the receiver. Nice and straight, no abnormalities like bulges. There's a look at the rails. This guy right here, and then on that side, this guy right here. Those are what's hanging on with these spot welds in here. So if you're wondering what that's all about, there is a look at the Rack 1 enhanced trigger group. They got regular smooth hammer springs, no braids in there, so that's supposed to be an upgrade. Let's have a look at the fitment of the buttstock. That looks pretty good to me. From what I've seen on other Century Arms types of buttstocks, hopefully this holds up and doesn't split off and go flying into nowhere. And the other thing I wanted to show is the mag release. You got a nice fat mag release in there, so when you're kicking them out, it's easier for you to reach if you're going to do it with your finger or if you're going to use the mag to flick it out. But yeah, that looks really nice. Good job, Century. Alright guys, I don't know how this is going to work. This is the butt end of the stock here. So what I'm trying to show you is that the barrel, the front trunnion, the gas block, and the front sights are pretty much all lined up really nicely. That's something that's important because sometimes when they rivet down the trunnion, it's crooked, and then the barrel will be also crooked and be impossible to zero. So when you're looking through, you can kind of see the front sight down in there. I wonder if I can zoom in here. Let me try to move this over for you guys. But there you go. You can see right through the front trunnion. Let's see if I can zoom in on that any. Move it through here. And boom, right there. Decently straight, and it should be able to zero very easily. So this is a good looking rifle, guys. I can't wait to get out and shoot it. Alright guys, I got it all lubed up. Let's see how smooth this action is. Yeah, that's going to be great. I can't wait to shoot this rifle. Now, if Century decides just to keep it just like this, you're going to find these for right around the $680 mark. So Classic Firearms had it for $5.99, but by the time you pay the shipping, your FFL, and some places charge the tax on that, you're going to be right around that area. So I got it for a little bit cheaper than that. But in its current configuration, it's missing some things that people really might want, like the bayonet lug, the cleaning rod, the side scope mount for your optics isn't there. And this grip is kind of plasticky. Reminds me a lot of the AR-15 mil-spec grip. But I think for my first AK-47, this is going to be awesome. Well done, Century. We'll see if it holds up to the test. So guys, that's the ending of my tabletop review of Century Arms VSKA AK-47. If you liked the video, please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Chemo 365, please do. And remember, I'll catch you guys later.